Wil Akogu, what's the deal, bro?
What's happening, bro? How y'all living?
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. Thank you for coming.
Of course, but thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we gonna get into it, man. I'm gonna get right into it. Let's talk about these records. One of them that I got introduced to was Riot. You know what made you create that record, and let's talk about some of the lyrics behind it. What was some inspirations behind it?
Got you. Nah, Riot is definitely Riot. I feel like is definitely one of my looser moments. It's more about the energy than it is about the actual lyrics and everything else, which is not usually something that I usually gravitate towards when it comes to sonics. But nah, it's about not giving a fuck. Riot's really about, you feel me, just that. It's up, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that means to you, and whatever, facet of your life that you're approaching, whatever situation that you're going through, or, you know what I'm saying, facing. It's up. This shit don't, you know what I'm saying? This shit is lit. It don't matter. It do matter. Whatever it is, we turn it into 100. You know what I'm saying? And making that shit.
Whatever you do that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, type shit. So, that's kind of how I feel like. It's like breakthrough energy for me. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like I said, not giving a fuck, and kind of like at the same time too. It's like
Super Saiyan mode, man.
You feel me? We on that type of time. So,
nah, man. Let's talk growing up in Nigeria, and let's talk about growing up in Chicago. What was the biggest differences?
I mean, obviously growing up in a third world country versus like coming to America and having running water, having electricity 24/7, things like that, were super duper culture shock, I would say. Like, and then obviously never seeing or being around so many different races, you feel me? That was like a huge thing too at the same time too. And then obviously we speak English, but the tempo and like the cadence is so much different. So it sounded like Americans were speaking a different language versus the way I was used to hearing English. So just little things like that. Obviously like the first world, third world differences are obviously pretty standard, but everything else was kind of like So that was the biggest. Those were the biggest chances.
Did you adapt? Did you adapt easily, or was it like
it took like 4 or 5 years, and then like some after that to what I'm saying? Because you have to adapt, then you have to find yourself. Then you're actually like a teenager trying to, because when I came over here, those were those crucial years between 12 and like, obviously I'm 25 right now, but between 12 and 18, you're definitely trying to figure out, who you are in the world, what you like, and how does that translate into, the person you become. And on top of, like I said, trying to adapt to a new culture, that was super duper like different for sure.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's and I always, my hats off to anybody, the first generation who had to leave, from one place and come and learn
for sure
a completely new
culture.
You know what I mean? Because the diaspora is a motherfucker.
Of course, of course. And like you don't realize how much of it is going on until it's happening, and like this is your reality. So I didn't realize all of this. Obviously, hindsight is 20/20. So looking back, I'm realizing, okay, that was what was going on. That was what I had to. Now that I feel more comfortable and more into myself, and I've grown into myself, that's what was happening. So it's that type of situation.
So you're definitely a product of your environment,
100%.
Right? Like that's what you put out on 100%. Your music, audio, and visually, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Right. So there's 3 angles at this, right? You're Nigerian.
Mm-hmm.
Were you born out there?
I was born out here in Chicago, actually. Yeah.
There it is, but you're Nigerian.
Yep.
Okay. Have you been out there before?
Yeah. To Nigeria?
Yeah.
I grew up in Nigeria. That's what I'm saying.
There it is. I'm sorry, I wasn't catching that.
You're good. You're good.
I was just engineering. But look, coming from that, Chicago and LA.
Yeah.
What's your favorite spot?
I don't have to say Nigerian. Remember, Nigeria people would kill me if I say anything
else.
But I was say Nigeria. I say Nigeria,
LA.
You wanted to say LA?
No, that was gonna lead up to my next question because off air I found out that you just recently came out to LA.
Yes, sir.
So tell us about that experience. Like what influenced you to come out to the West Coast?
Obviously, music art is the biggest thing in my life. So this is the hub for all of those things to kind of see their fullest potential. And business amongst, if I'm getting specific, business and other just, creative endeavors, definitely it made sense to be out here. As I feel like it makes sense for most people that are maybe trying to push the limits of, their art. But yeah, I feel like LA is the hub of that. And so I just...
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that?
Even though it's like the cost of living it's the most.
It's worth it.
Compared to any other city in this country. But it's worth it, right?
100% worth it.
I don't think Underground Hip Hop Blog would have been able to survive if we weren't in LA.
That's real.
You're right, because the underground culture for hip hop, you know what I mean, is here. Like I've been a couple places, and it don't seem like the atmosphere for underground music is still there.
But how long was that dream for? Like, you know, like yo, I want to move out to LA. Like I'm fucking sick and tired of Chicago.
I think once I felt sick and tired of Chicago, like I want to move out to LA in a year, less than that, I made that happen.
How long you been out here now?
I'm going on 3 years. Yeah, just
3 years.
Just about to be. Yeah.
You know, I've met more rappers that say, you know what, Chicago didn't work out for me. I'm moving to LA.
Yeah.
You know, does
even
everyone have like a similar story?
Chicago's different.
But for some artists, it works, right?
Exactly. Chicago is different, and it all depends on what kind of person you are. You know, I feel like Chicago is a great breeding ground for talent, and when you're getting your feet, wet, and you really want to see if you really.
It's
like
definitely
that.
a tour stop. Because I've been on tour with a lot of artists.
They say don't stop
seems
like,
too long. You know, we always land in Chicago, you know?
Facts. No, that's facts. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to feel like if you like that, then yeah, Chicago is a great place because everybody like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
the rapper community, it's pretty small, right? Like,
no, it's not. Motherfuckers be getting busy over in Chicago. People get busy in Chicago. It's just, I feel like everybody is so in their own world about how they're trying to approach it.
Against each other,
type situation. So it doesn't seem like there's a lot, but nah. Everybody gets busy out there.
How is the show?
So what are the main differences between the LA culture and the Chicago culture in the hip hop game?
I think the fluidity of collaboration is like the biggest difference.
Wow,
huge difference,
bro. 'Cause I could see that. I definitely could agree with you on that.
And I also just think LA's understanding of the industry versus like Chicago's understanding of the industry. You know, you got to think in Chicago, people that live another block down from each other go against each other. You know what I'm saying? That kind of creates such a divided mindset in how you approach everything.
Interesting. You think
LA
is more unified than Chicago?
Well,
but is that the gang culture you're talking about?
Yes.
Because the gang culture is completely different out here in LA compared to Chicago.
Exactly. And that
like you're saying everyone's more concentrated on
and like, but the thing is like the culture of life over here reflects a way different, like, I guess just has a different face, which is more friendly or is more susceptible for the industry than a Chicago.
There we go. I like to say that more susceptible.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
so I don't know, like maybe the hoods out here are a little bit more safer compared to the hoods out there.
No.
Okay. Not at all.
You know what? No, the hoods out here, I think they just more mellow. Is it like they kill you with a mellow face out here? You know what I mean? Like
they definitely will.
I feel like LA is like that Cali. You still got like in New York, they gonna yell at you. They gonna do all that.
Well, according to the news or the mainstream media, Chicago's a goddamn wild, wild west, bro. Like, I don't know what is it about why they're attacking the city so hard. I don't know if politics are an issue, but every time I turn on the Idiot Box and I watch these corrupt fucking mainstream news networks talking about Chicago, I've never heard anything positive, bro. Yeah. It's always like clips of kids shooting one another or a dude getting robbed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Lupe.
Nah,
that's
for
the
sure.
most positive.
And I think that's where you breed that kind of like.
Do you feel the same way when it comes to the
like
what
the
they
actual
put
culture?
out? Yeah, well just
or what
just
they put out.
content,
Yeah. But I also feel like that's a big way that they keep us or people from Chicago thinking like that's our reality. There's a lot of positive stuff that goes on too.
Absolutely.
So much positive stuff that doesn't get light and spoken about. But because the nature of the beast is to be and then show the worst side.
All the clout chasing influencers that are on YouTube that talk about Chi-Town and Chirac all the time, dude, they're fully accountable for their actions, bro. Because for them to continue to call it Chirac and maintain that as a form of monetizing a channel and shit like that, like I don't agree with it.
It's programming because they glorify what's wrong. They glorify the rebellious behavior.
Course.
You being from Chicago, where did that keyword come from? Chirac, like I don't know. I'm just asking.
I feel like I could be wrong. And Rashad, correct
was
me
it Chief Keef?
It might have been like I think outsiders might have like have done that over. Am I tweaking? You feel me? 'Cause I don't even think we said Chirac. I think other motherfuckers there saying.
So it wasn't like a
Chirac.
rapper who like minted that.
I don't.
Shit.
Not that I remember. I could be tweaking though. You feel me for sure. But I think somebody outside of Chicago definitely dubbed that.
Right.
You know,
So
that
like,
phrase.
what's LA's nickname?
Do we
Like, do we have a nickname, dog? Like what?
Los Angeles, bro.
y'all
Look,
just
that,
LA.
hey,
Y'all
that's
just
already
LA.
fucked up within itself. Los
just,
Angeles.
just within the gang culture, you know what I'm saying?
I
'Cause,
know,
you
right?
Chirac,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. What we
I'm
got?
like, what's our keyword? I don't know.
I just LA as
Yeah,
far
right.
as I know. You
Hollywood,
know what I'm saying? But I ain't the
fucking palm
most
trees
tapped in
and
nigga
shit.
either way. So you feel me? Type shit.
That's what's up, man. So you've been able to separate yourself from the pack out in Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Trying my best.
I'm looking at your music videos and they're just super A+.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate
They're
it.
like film quality.
Thank you.
So how do you go about that? Like, obviously, for a lot of rappers I know, they'll probably look at that like, yo, I can't afford that.
Right.
But like, what's your angle on that? Well, that's just an excuse to me when rappers say that, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Because if you really
what
put
was
your mind to it,
inspiration at, putting everything together.
It just your music video production is on a whole different level.
Thank you. Appreciate you. I feel like, first of all, I'm blessed, and I also definitely take pride in being a creator, not just a rapper or artist, you know what I'm saying? So my vision, I think my biggest gift is my vision, you know what I'm saying? So I like to dub myself a visionary versus like, you know what I'm saying? And that's actually very accurate because like I direct and like, I style, I do the whole nine from fashion to, and not just in my videos, that's across the board. So I take pride in like being able to be as good as I am in music, in every other facet of what it takes to bring the art to life. And so I go to those lenses as well when it comes to creating, each visual. So if I have to, collab with this director or work with this, a DP guy or work with this, whatever, like I'm super duper like tapped in on that regards too. And so it's important. Like I'm freaking out just as much as like any rapper would freak out if he had a bad sound check. If you know what I'm saying, if I can't like get the shit I need to make my vision come to life. So, and that's just a step that I take further. And we've been able to do a lot with a little. One of my most viewed videos actually cost me, I don't even think it cost me $300. And to this day, I think it's one of my most impressive visuals. And it has almost 200,000 views on YouTube right now.
But most importantly, who's the one that shot it?
My homie did. You feel me? One of my good friends. Shout out Brandon Holmes, you feel me? And you feel me, the team. But yeah, I mean, actually, it was just him. I'm talking about the team. It was just bro, you feel me? So it's like, but it's that type of dedication, I feel like, and just like direction. I think you can do so much when you're specific and you're direct with your vision. And bro was just on the camera, you know what I'm saying? And all shouts to bro to making it look how it did. But yeah,
right.
type situation. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, so that's dope, man. I'm glad you was able to, come chop it up with us for a minute.
Of course.
Let's talk about this album. Let's get on that note a minute. So what inspired the album, and what is it called for the people?
It's called Die an Idea. The full phrase is live a mystery, die an idea. It's more compelling. I got that tatted on the back of my neck with a barcode as well too. I feel like
expand on that.
yeah, I feel like that's my mantra for life. That's my entry. That was like I used to work in retail, and when we would get new product, you would go to the back and you would have to scan the product into the system, and whatever number that when you scanned the product, it came with a number, and that was the products like registration. I don't know what you would call it, but it's pretty much its entry code into the system of the store, and that's what I feel like is my entry code to life is living
like
mystery.
The SKU.
Yeah, the SKU number. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, my bad.
SKUs.
I don't know.
I used to work retail for years. I fucking hated it, but I learned so much. There were so many gems in the retail businesses and the companies that we worked for, and these conglomerates and these elites that we worked for. That I've learned so much from.
Right.
Like, if it wasn't for the retail business, I wouldn't even know what I would be doing today.
Yeah, it was damn good at it too, man.
Hate the retail business, but I definitely agree with him. You feel me?
And what I learned is structure is key. Hierarchy is key, especially in retail. Everyone's accountable for something, especially if there's SKUs involved. Anything's missing, someone's held accountable.
And you had to log
in. That's a great excuse of just firing people.
No, that's true. That's definitely true. So no, that's kind of where that phrase, what it means to me and how that applies to my life. But in regards to the album and the music, I feel like I've been working on this project unconsciously for like 2 years now. And when when the vision of his finality hit me, I looked up and everything that was, you know what I'm saying? And everything that was kind of, that needed to be in place was already there. So here we are.
Law.
Yeah, you feel me? Here we are, you know what I'm saying? Walking into the release of, you know, Dying Idea, that type of situation, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so we on undergroundhiphopblog.com. My name is C3. We got Wil Akogu. And we talking about his latest project. We talking about the new projects, everything coming up. Yeah, so everything Wil Akogu, man. So yeah, bro, thank you for coming by, man. I really appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all having us.
Throw out your tag, throw out your Instagram, your handle. You know what I mean? Let them know who you are.
It's Wil Akogu on everything. That's WILAKOGU. That's Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, everything. But no, yeah, thank you for having us come by and chop it up. You know what I'm saying? I love to chop it up about, you feel me, the art and, you know, what I love to do. So
of course, man. Hey, man, so we got the merch at the bottom. Make sure y'all tap in with us. You know,
One more question. Like, shows, you know, any shows coming up?
I don't have any shows coming up,
Okay. Right.
which is like super duper rare for somebody like me. I like to get in front of the crowd and go crazy. So
Was it COVID?
Is it because of COVID?
It was because of COVID, bro. I had to, like, first of all, we had to cancel so many things, and then, like, coming out of COVID, I just had like a vocal injury that I'm coming off of, so I had to say no to a lot of things too. So shit's been kind of slow in that regards, but I know it's gonna pick back up. I'm not tripping. We working, so
Right. About that time.
We got the merch.
Merch is right at the bottom. It's the Underground Hip Hop Blog. You know what I mean? Get them hoodies. It's hoodie season right now. My name is C3. This is Wil Akogu, man. We had our convo. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back soon.